All right, it was a Sunday showdown as both the president and the House Speaker, John Boehner, addressed the growing threat from ISIS. Now, we've spoken to experts and pundits, but what did the American people think about their leader's remarks? Well, the results are in. Here to give us the report card, Lee Carter with Maslansky and Partners. Lee, welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, let's roll a clip. Here is John Boehner talking about the war against ISIS, boots on the ground, and what it will take to be successful. Watch the dials.
At some point, somebody's boots have to be on the ground. That's the whole point. Listen, the president doesn't want to do that. If I were the president, I probably wouldn't have talked about what I wouldn't do. And maybe we can get enough of these forces trained and get them on the battlefield. But somebody's boots have to be there.
And if no one else will step up, you would recommend putting American boots on the ground?
We have no choice. These are barbarians. They intend to kill us. And if we don't destroy them first, we're going to pay the price.
So the blue line was?
The blue line was influencers. Those are people who are media engaged, and they're people who share their opinion, like bloggers and social media activists. The red were millennials. They're the younger folks, mass voters that are younger.
Cratered at the end?
You know, at the end there, what we saw is that people just didn't respond to Boehner. What they thought is this partisan bickering, and they all said things like, you know how you can say that a politician is lying? He's opening his mouth. They just didn't believe him. It
just seemed very rote. And you give them a D in this.
Yes, I do give them a D.
All right, here's the other one. By the way, adding you, Chris, aren't enough against... here's a poll that shows that is a little different from what the American people say. What John Boehner was saying just wasn't flying, but here's what the American people think. 52% say putting groups on the ground would be necessary. They favor doing that because airstrikes wouldn't be enough.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because it is what people want, and that's why their reaction to the polls surprised me so much, what he was saying. So really what I think is what they wanted to say is that Boehner is reacting negatively to Obama. They think that it's partisan bickering, and they would have rather said we should have all options open to us.
All right, here's James Clapper, the National Intelligence Director, James Clapper, National Intelligence Director, really being thrown on the bus by the President of the United States. Let's look.
I think our head of the intelligence community, Jim Clapper, has acknowledged that I think they underestimated what had been taking place in Syria.
I mean, he didn't just say that we underestimated ISIL. He said we overestimated the ability and the will of our allies, the Iraqi army, to fight.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
You grade this a D.
I do. You know what the people said is, even though he seemed authentic, they want him to take responsibility. He is, after all, the President of the United States, and you saw that people responded negatively across the board. Right.
So the President of the United States not taking responsibility, but came off as authentic, and that's why his numbers are slightly better. So he gets a D, though. Yeah. All right, Lee Carter, thanks so much.
Thank you.